Hey guys, it's Aiden, and today I'm going to be talking about gender dysphoria. I just want to say real quick, this video, I'm basing it off of my personal experiences with gender dysphoria. I am not the voice for all folks and their experiences with gender dysphoria. So the dictionary definition of gender dysphoria is the condition of feeling one's emotional and psychological identity as male or female to be opposite to one's biological sex. Okay, so that's the official definition of gender dysphoria, but I feel like it doesn't really do justice for gender dysphoria because gender dysphoria can take form in many different ways. Everyone is different with their experiences with gender dysphoria. It's not like one set emotion and feeling and that's it. That's gender dysphoria. Somebody may feel dysphoric about their height, or somebody may feel dysphoric about their voice or their chest or their waist. The definition of dysphoria itself is the state of unease or generalized dissatisfaction with life. Dysphoria can bring a lot of discomfort in a trans person's life. And that's why I thought it would be good to do a video like this, because dysphoria is kind of an ongoing thing. And some people experience more dysphoria than others, and it all varies because everyone is different. But many people who experience gender dysphoria have signs of depression and anxiety and stuff like that. A lot of times people mix up the feelings of gender dysphoria with depression, and they're two different things. Like they're linked, but they're two separate things. And the good news about it all, there's a lot of things that one could do to improve their life to not experience or lessen the experience of depression and gender dysphoria. So generally, gender dysphoria is a relation to one's body, and it's their perception and how they feel about their body. But see, there are certain circumstances that could trigger one's dysphoria. And so what I mean by that is if somebody, and it could be somebody who you genuinely love and care about, and they love and care about you as well, but they might say something that could trigger your dysphoria. So there's all these different ways that dysphoria can impact one's life. And the important thing about talking about dysphoria is knowing how to manage the dysphoria, because it's something that certain aspects can and will go away, but certain aspects won't. And I mean, that's my own experience of it. And it's interesting with my own transition. I feel like a lot of things that I was dysphoric about before, I'm not dysphoric about because I have access to hormones, so I'm not dysphoric about my voice or my face structure and stuff like that. But there are other things that I am now more dysphoric about. Like, I am more dysphoric about my chest and just my overall body shape and appearance. That's like the max dysphoria I have, because I'm at that point in my transition where if I wanted to, I could live stealth, but I don't really want to do that. But at the same time, I don't want to meet someone and have them immediately know that I'm trans. You know, I want to develop a relationship or a friendship with a person before sharing details like that about myself to somebody. So I'm just going to say, for social situations with loved ones where they intentionally or unintentionally say something that triggers your dysphoria, I would say in that situation it's best to let them know that what they just said or did triggered your dysphoria and it caused a lot of discomfort in you. Because if they love you and they care about you, you're doing them a favor by letting them know where you're at, so then they know for the future not to say things like that. So that's what I would say about any sort of social interaction like that. And now there are other social interactions that might come about where it's not as easy to correct someone in the moment. There have been a few times throughout my transition where I had to be professional about things, and I didn't really feel comfortable talking about my transition when I was at work. But there were situations where I was outed and it made me incredibly dysphoric throughout the day. And I remember one day specifically, because it was like a big outing for me and it was really uncomfortable on a lot of levels. And then so dysphoria for me, this is what it is for me. It cycles in my mind. The minute that something is triggered, I am questioning myself all the time, and I am wondering, what am I doing wrong? Why am I getting misgendered? Or why can't I have the body that I want? It doesn't match up in my head. And it's just really, it's frustrating, and you feel like you're stuck, and like you just can't escape your own body type thing. So that's what dysphoria feels like for me, and it can put me in a really bad funk. But dealing with dysphoria for quite some time and having a different perspective on dysphoria when I have been on hormones for 2.5 years, I have learned to adapt and to manage my dysphoria in a lot of healthy ways. So in the initial moment of dysphoria where I cannot escape, if I'm in a public setting or I am at a social event for whatever, I will take 5 minutes to myself. You know, I will go outside, I will take some deep breaths, and sometimes, you know, I'll text Brianna and let her know where I'm at, because it just feels good to get it out. Sometimes I will go in my car and I will look at myself in the mirror and I will talk to myself, and it sounds kind of just weird when I say that, talking to myself, but then I'm looking at myself and telling myself that you're okay and to take a deep breath and that you're okay. So that just gets me through the initial moment of intense frustration of dysphoria. And so then something more on the minor side of dysphoria was something as simple as this morning when I was getting ready. I was picking out what I was gonna wear, and I picked out the shirt that I usually like, and it looks good on me. But for whatever reason, I did not like how my chest looked. I felt like you could tell that I had a chest, and I would not go out in public like that whatsoever. So then I just picked out another shirt, and I generally wear darker shirts because it helps with my dysphoria, because I feel like it just masks out and blacks out anything, so you can't really tell if I have a chest or not. If anything, I look like I'm just more built in my chest. And then obviously binding. I go through GC2B binders. I swear by them. They're really great, comfy, and affordable. Yeah, that's just a little quick thing what I do for my chest dysphoria. So then to get out of that initial funk though, when you don't feel like you look good in the mirror, go find something that you know makes you feel good, and you know that you look sharp in it, and you're just gonna rock it. And then go back to the mirror and tell yourself that you're gonna kill it today, and it's gonna be good. I had a professor once that told me to do a power pose in the mirror before any sort of really important like meeting, interview, or a speech, or anything like that that you were anxious about. And so you stand up in the mirror and, you know, you do your power pose, whatever that is to you, and you do that for, you know, a couple minutes or so, and it does something in your brain where you feel more confident. So do your power pose too. That could help with your dysphoria. Also work out. I mean, working out and bodybuilding is an obvious, I mean, it increases your T levels naturally, and you're also reaping benefits of what your body is gonna look like, and you can choose what you want your body to look like. So that's an option too, and that can help with dysphoria, and I will say it has helped with dysphoria in my own personal life. You could also go get your haircut. You'd be amazed at what a haircut and a hairstyle could do to masculinize a person's face. Find a cosmetologist, and I'm lucky because my partner is a cosmetologist, but find a cosmetologist that you can sit down with and let them know what your story is, so they can know the importance of having a masculine cut. Because a lot of times, if you're pre-T and if you're going into a salon to go get a haircut and you show a masculine cut, they are going to do that, but there are certain things that they can do to make it more feminine. They think that's what you would want. But that's not the case, and they don't know that type thing. So if you can find a cosmetologist that will get down to your level, and you can let them know that it's important to you to have the cut that you want. And then of course, knowing that you have support in your life. If you have a close friend or a partner or an ally that you can talk to about your dysphoria, it's good to know that you have people out there that genuinely care about you and they love you, and they're gonna be there with you through whatever kind of struggle you have with your own dysphoria. And then of course there's the option of getting into counseling, stuff like that. It's always good to go to counseling when you are transitioning or if you are trans, because it's just good to sort out your thoughts and your mind. And then you can get some more coping mechanisms under your tool belt. So then you know how to manage your dysphoria the best way that suits you. I'm probably missing things of what I do to cope with my dysphoria, but those are the main things of what I do. And I hope it was helpful for some folks, because dysphoria can be a really challenging thing. It's just always nice to know that you're not alone. You know, a lot of people are right there with you, and they're experiencing the very similar thing to what you are. Yeah, that's all I got. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and you can also share this video. I will probably do a video within the next few days or so, but until then, I hope you all have a safe and wonderful few days ahead. Alright, thanks guys, bye.